Frames, what's up? It's Frames on the line.
Frames.
Yo, what's going on, Soy? What's going on, everybody?
What's up, man? What's the word, man?
Having a good day, trying to get this, make this day productive, and that's my purpose today, is just get through the day, the work day, you know?
Absolutely. That's great, man. You gonna make it too, Frames. Frames, you gonna make it, man. I already see it, man. Call back tomorrow morning and tell me how the day went. Ooh,
I'm gonna tell you, we got a big interview we're doing tonight, man, with an artist out here named Too Young.
Young from Virginia.
Out here from Virginia. He's from Virginia Beach.
How old is he, by the way?
He is, man, I don't want to lie. I don't know.
Must be too young.
He's too young.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, good luck, man. Talk to him about him. Find out what his purpose is. Tell him that's a question for me. As an artist, what is his purpose?
For sure.
All right, write that down. Okay, my man.
The enthusiasm is radiating from that man.
Frames, you a citizen, man.
You are now tuned in to the FrameZ Show.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Frames with the Frame Show. You know how we do, bringing that flavor to your ear. Hold up. Somebody bring me a beer. Man, we in here with 1/4 of 2 Trill for TV recordings. We got them coming through. It's your boy Too Young, man. What's good with you, bro?
What's up?
You doing all right?
Yes, sir.
Been
It's
a long
actually,
night.
actually 2/8 of 2 Trill.
2/8 of 2 Trill, okay.
Because we all have multi-personality.
Oh, nice. All right, yeah. Well, I'll have to remember that next time. You know, Czar, he checked me the other day.
That hair is a gimmick.
He said, I sent him a video. He's like, bro, you're not spelling my name right. I was like, all right, man, just check me. You know,
Yeah, be careful with us artists. We're sensitive.
Jeez, man, you know,
We're sensitive.
make sure I get everything right.
You gotta spell our names right, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, but jumping into the interview, man. Where you from, bro?
I'm from everywhere. I was born in Syracuse, New York, and then I moved out to Gilbert, Arizona, and then moved back to New York. Then I moved to Virginia and Chesterfield, VA, in like Richmond area.
Okay.
And then I moved to Norfolk when I started playing baseball over at Norfolk State.
Right.
And then I just stayed out here.
That's what's up, man. All over.
Yeah.
Move around a lot as a child growing up.
Yeah.
Military?
No,
No?
my pops is a salesman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, a lot of, out here in Virginia, man, there's a lot of military.
Yeah,
You kind of
no.
expect it, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
I'm not military. No.
Just, I'm in the Navy, so
Are you?
I already know, like, we move every couple years, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
So it's a gift and a curse,
Mm-hmm.
because it's nice to get somewhere, see it, and then go somewhere else and figure something else out,
Mm-hmm.
And with the
They
Navy,
take care of you too.
yeah, for the most part.
I mean,
Yeah.
broke my neck looking at your house.
Right, yeah, hey, this house ain't free, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a curse because they put us somewhere, like say here, I'm out here in Virginia Beach or Norfolk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I leave, I make friends,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just get sent off somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Start all over, start from scratch, do it all over again.
Yeah.
So I know how you feel about the moving around and stuff.
At least, yeah. No. What do you call it? Stranger to change.
Right. Yeah. Got to stay with an open mind and just ready to do it over again.
Just embrace the culture you're in.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So music, man. When did you start doing music?
When I was 7.
7.
Yeah. I started playing guitar when I was 7.
Okay. You play guitar now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
It's always been a part of me.
Right.
But no, I started playing guitar. I had guitar lessons, and he kept telling me to learn covers
Right.
for other people.
Right.
And I don't know what it was. Something in me was just like, I needed to write songs based off whatever the fuck I was going through at that time in my life. So, like, I don't know. I learned a couple covers, and then once I learned how a general song was written,
Right.
I just started writing my own shit. And then from there, I did my first show when I was like 9 or something like that. I did a charity for raised like $300 for some lake association.
That's what's up, man.
And yeah, put on an hour set and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, ever since I was young, like I've always just thought like an artist has thought. Blame it on a product of my environment.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then moving forward, it took a back burner. I started playing baseball. I got into baseball heavily.
Right.
I wanted to go pro. I got a full ride to play at Norfolk State. Things were looking good. Found out that I had a career-ending injury in my back my senior year, and it was right around that time where I started fucking around with hip hop.
Right.
And I would just freestyle at parties, and then like there would be like just people would gravitate towards it, and I would have like a whole party turned up just from freestyling over instrumentals.
Right.
And I was like, maybe I got something maybe I really do have like that that X factor with hip hop. I didn't really have it with guitar and singing like that, and I've always known that. That's why I just did it for the love.
Right.
But like when I found out I could do it with hip hop, I was like, oh shit, maybe my career ending isn't such a bad thing. Yeah. And then come to find out, I'm in like one of the best cities to do it in.
It is, man.
Fast forward 4 years later, shit's finally starting to take shape, and it's crazy.
You guys are definitely making noise.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's up. We're taking a sidetrack from music. You talked about baseball, man. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge baseball fan, man.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's always been. My whole family's all about baseball. My cousin right now plays at Chowan University.
I was recruited for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost went there.
He's plays shortstop.
That's what's up.
Real good kid, man. He's doing a bunch of good things. My son, he's 11. Been playing baseball since he was like 3. He plays travel ball now. We're all over the place, doing the travel thing. I'm sure you have had your hands in that growing up,
Yep.
A lot of practices, a lot of games, a lot of tournaments. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of sacrifice.
A lot of sacrifice. Yes,
it definitely is.
Yeah. What positions did you play?
I played third base, first base, and DH.
Okay.
And when my back started messing up, I was the DH.
Right. Yeah. So you got a full ride at Norfolk State. Mm-hmm. Like you must have been doing something good.
Yeah, right? I was playing well, and I had good grades. That's the key to
that's
it.
The key,
I heard
it. You gotta get good grades.
Yeah, you gotta get good grades if you want. That's where the money is.
Right.
Because I got like 50% for baseball, and then the other 50% was because of academics.
Right.
So I went to school for free because I kept my shit up when I was working towards it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
Right.
It really is.
I think even like with grades or with baseball, or with music, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication.
Yeah. And even if it's not like an instant gratification thing, I think a lot of people are like super prone to give in to the instant gratification of things, and if they don't get it, they just fly off the handle and just do whatever the hell they want, and like that's self-defeating in so many different ways, because like you don't know how the sacrifices of today can affect 4 years down the line, or something like that. Yeah. So the more you're willing to sacrifice in the moment when it doesn't feel right, the more you're gonna get out of it in the long run.
Yeah, definitely.
So that goes for music and baseball, or it goes for life,
whatever you want to do. Yeah,
relationship,
exactly.
whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's a lot of sacrifice.
With when you college life, I'm sure that plays a toll, right? Being in college. I didn't go to college. Shame on me. No, I did community college.
Hey, bro,
but it was all good. Yeah, I'm in the Navy. Yeah. I don't eat crayons, so we do our thing, right?
Yeah.
But getting caught up in that and having to focus, like say you had good grades, and being on the team, I'm sure that plays a toll, right? Of like how did you like manage all that to like be the cool guy, or like or just hanging out,
bro. You
parties. I know the parties are legit. Like, everything's crazy,
I partied, but like I knew, and my pops has always told me this. Like he's always told me, like if I really wanted to be, like he's always kept it real with me, because I told him I wanted to be a pro baseball player, and he'll be real. Like he'll be like, yo, this is what you're lacking, if you really want to get to that level. Because I know, because I'm at that level with whatever I'm doing with my life, and I know what I've had to do.
Right.
And I sacrificed my social life. I sacrificed like being the cool guy per se.
Right, yeah.
In high school, I definitely appreciated being that dude.
Right,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
in college, I was a fucking ghost. Nobody knew me until my senior year when I had like a crazy good season. But like, nah, man, I kept to myself, and it was just like going to Norfolk State was a huge transition for me. And like, cause I grew up privileged. I grew up, you know, in the golf course neighborhoods and that type of shit. But our family has always been like an outcast. Okay. So like, you know, my brother, he struggles with what he struggles with. It's always taken a huge toll on us. Right. Just a lot of like, you know, family patterns you got to try to break. Yeah. So like when I got to Norfolk State, I didn't feel like an outcast. Okay. But like I definitely like kept to my own because I was like I didn't feel like I fit in or nobody really nobody messed with me. It's all good. I mean,
it's probably you know somewhat of a good thing. And sometimes you know I think some points it's good to be ghost and like just kind of do your thing, for 4 years, stay focused. And, you know, get your try to get done what you came to do. Right. Right. But I'm sure at some points it's like you know you gotta be social. You know you gotta. Mingle with people and figure things out, you know.
Definitely, and it broke me out of my shell. Like I see society, I see life, I see everything from a completely different angle, and I'm grateful for that because had I not gone there, I'd be one of those. Sorry to say it, I'd be one of those dudes, those douchebag. You know, like I had a frat life for 4 years, and now I'm, you know, selling insurance. Not to say I'm not grinding like them, but like. I know that there's more to life than certain materialistic things that I was raised to value over other things. Mm-hmm. And just that time period, like, it redirected my whole value, which is a huge reason why I got into hip-hop, believe it or not. Like, definitely, I'm not scared to run from that topic. Like, that's a huge reason why I came into hip-hop was because of my background.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, it all comes... from you said earlier, a product of your environment, and you know things happen to you. You go through certain situations, and pushes you to go a certain way, or if it's hip hop, you know what I mean. A lot of hip hop came a lot of rebellion, or like a way to express how you're feeling without. Going out here and beating up everybody or whatever. I mean, ending up in jail or something. You put it through your, your words, your thoughts. So I rock with it all the way, man. I rapped like some years ago.
That's what's up.
I can definitely say I'm a product of my environment, except for the Navy has completely changed that.
Yeah.
I grew up in a pretty rundown. I don't want to say it wasn't crappy, but it wasn't not the best of things, and but we made it, and we made do what we did, and and hip hop was like the one thing that kind of kept everybody together. Yeah. Back then, whether it was we would be freestyling, hanging out, just doing it for fun, or just listening. Listening to music definitely got us through. Me and my brother and all of our friends, through a lot of things.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. It's definitely one of those things, But you said insurance salesman. Shout out to the insurance salesman, man, because I might need some damn insurance.
Because I might sell it.
You might sell it, Okay,
I might start.
Yeah. Well, when you do, holler at me, I guess. We'll see. Maybe we need something. But moving in, man. Say influences. I know, you got some influences for music. Who do you think is your biggest influence?
Ron Lamont.
Ron Lamont, shout out to the boy.
Probably Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Eminem.
Don't get us started talking about Eminem, man. We're gonna be here all night.
That's why I said it on eggshells.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eminem, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, of course. Lil Wayne, definitely Lil Wayne.
Right.
Big Sean, like his recent shit. Like,
right.
I've decided that was a huge album for me.
Yeah.
I like G-Eazy a lot. He came out right around the time I was like contemplating becoming a rapper.
Okay.
And it was just cool to see like another white rapper like okay, he's from the other side of the fence and he's doing it right. Like, it's possible still.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just reserved for the Slim Shadys and the Mac Millers and stuff. Like, there's another dude who did it.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's a huge influence. And then, obviously, like, I've studied the greats and all that shit. Like, Rakim, Biggie, fucking Tupac.
Right.
Anderson .Paak. I fucking love Anderson .Paak.
Dope.
Dr. Dre, musically.
Yeah.
I love him. Ice Cube. I learned a lot flow from Ice Cube.
Yeah.
And just how to, like just the way he hops on the beat.
Right, yeah. He's definitely got one of those
Drake.
styles. Drake, yeah.
You
can't hate Drake, man.
You can't hate Drake. He's...
I don't know, sometimes I hate Drake, but I still like
sometimes
him.
I hate him too, but it's because I love him.
Yeah.
So, that's how it is. But...
So, Eminem or MGK?
Eminem.
All right, cool.
That's silly.
Y'all heard it.
It's super silly.
Yeah.
Anyone who thought MGK won is on the wrong side of history.
Yeah. I thought he had a cool song.
He did.
It was definitely a cool song.
Dude, he definitely exposed some chinks in the man's armor, but and then when we heard Killshot, he's like, oh, never mind.
But you know, Eminem's always been an open book, man. Like, he's always been an open book. So like,
he'll be the first to diss himself.
Yeah, you know what is it really that you can say about that man that is really gonna hurt him? You know.
Mm-hmm. Also, I used to listen to Blink-182.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's move over to that.
Boxcar Race. I wanted to talk about that because I love them.
You'd be the first person that brought some of that up.
Yes. Like Boxcar Racer, Blink-182, Plus 44, Angels and Airwaves.
Oh, shit.
Who else? Just Tom DeLonge in general. I was like, Tom DeLonge is like... Him and Eminem are like right here.
Neck and neck.
And it's weird because one is like all hate.
Right.
And the other one's like all love.
Right.
But like both of them have like inspired me to write the way I write.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know, I found balance in both of them.
That's dope, man. Yeah. That's cool. I'm glad you went kind of that direction. Nobody ever goes that direction with, you know, music. Nobody ever talks about it, at least.
Yeah, that's where I grew up on.
Yeah, you know, Blink-182, Fall Out Boy. Like, I didn't
like Fall Out Boy. I didn't like Fall Out Boy. I thought they were gimmicks.
Y'all watching, you already know. I was into all of it, man. You can expose me if you want. Yeah, you know. I mean, the era, you know, that was, what would you call it? Like, with the punk type.
Pop punk,
poppy,
alternative punk.
Yeah, like.
Alternative rock.
It was definitely it was a big scene, you know, growing up. That was definitely a big.
It's huge.
Big thing.
That was what hip hop's trying to do now.
Right.
I mean, that's what they're
taking over everything, man.
Yeah, but they're using the same tactics as punk rock used back in the 90s and 2000s.
Right.
And everyone's like, "Oh, it's so new." It's like, nah, they're just taking they're just
and
taking
all these guys are coming up and going down and disappearing, you know.
Well, that's the thing, is that lifestyle isn't healthy.
No.
And if you talk about something you can't really keep up with physically.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like Icarus.
Yeah.
Fly too high, your wings are going to get burnt.
Right. You said, you know, keeping up with things physically. I had a conversation with a guy the other day. He talked about losing his breath. He was performing. Mm-hmm. He's like, I can't get my breath, man. Like, what do I need to do? I was like, shit, you need to work out. Mm-hmm. You know, get in the gym, you know. You go a couple times a week, once a week, whatever, you know. Like, do something more than...
roast me? Am I not going to the gym?
Take your ass to the gym. Nah, I need to take my ass to the gym. But, you know, the guy was asking me, though, you know, and he was like, we were just talking, you know, and he was like, man, I'm losing my breath. I'm trying to hit these notes right or hit these words at the right time. And you have to take care of yourself, you know what I mean? To be able to perfect those things, like performing, even when you're recording in the studio, like, you know, luckily in the studio you have time to, you know, as long as you
get your breath and stuff,
have your money right, or you have your own stuff, you know, you can take as much time as you want.
That's true. But I'm not even gonna sit here and preach like I do that, but like it is the details that separates you.
Right, right.
You know, I'm guilty of not following it. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to, like, especially as an artist, you got, like, you're balancing your day job, whatever your personal life is going on.
Yeah.
And then you're also, like, trying to make sure you're, like, no one unfuckwittable.
Right.
And, like, it's a lot.
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely a lot of stuff to think about and keep, you know, keep on the right path. And, like,
careful, kids.
Yeah. Well, something else I wanted to talk to you about, and I know you speak really highly of it, and it means a lot to you. Mental health.
Yeah.
I've dealt with some of that myself. I don't want to get into too much of the details of that because this ain't about me. But I like that you're definitely an advocate, at least for understanding, and keeping that eye open for situations. Me being in the Navy, I deal with that every day with people at work and stuff, and people go through things, and I know it happens out on the other side just as much as it happens inside the military.
Mm-hmm.
So I really, I commend you for that. Like that's definitely dope.
Man, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I struggle with mental health myself.
Right.
And one thing I know about it is it's like a level of self-acceptance that you have to have about it.
Yeah. Definitely a deep subject, deep, touchy things for some people, but it's good to talk about things. I think the first time I heard about you, Ron Lamont, told me, he said you guys did a show and it was all about, raising awareness and stuff. And I thought it was really dope.
Yeah, that was the first open mic that Frequency and everyone organized. And then went to the Chaz Foundation, who the guy had bipolar and he killed himself.
Right.
And they set out a foundation to try to break the stigma of how people when they get labeled with a mental health disorder, how like you'll lose your friends, you'll lose family members, everything is set up for you to be judged at that point. And this dude, because of that, unfortunately took his own life.
Right.
And they dedicated their mission to basically like building houses that are going to help people with mental health disorders and stuff like that.
That's dope. Yeah.
So like that was when I saw that when we were choosing which charity we wanted to give to. When I saw that one, it was like no brainer because when I found out my baseball career ended, I also had a mental break.
Right.
I went to the psych ward. I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I lost all my standing friends that I had. Everyone just kind of turned their back, and some like God, like I don't want to get all religious and shit, but like I don't really know another like route to help people that are dealing with it. Like if I'm speaking to y'all right now, but like God really proved to me that like your power is within the shit that makes you unique, and to explore that and accept that in yourself, and stop being angry at yourself for that.
Yeah,
because it'll eat away at you.
Definitely, you have to kind of do whatever you have to do to move past it, and
and it's gonna be hard, and you may never move past it, and that's part of the acceptance part.
Right. But you learn to deal with things. You learn to ways to focus your energy in other places.
Yeah. And like
music,
music,
sports.
Sports.
Some people like to draw. Some people, you might like to read, or whatever it is that you do. You definitely find that thing and kind of the thing that makes you feel good, right? Mm-hmm. And then you just run with it. Yeah. It's
all about just accepting. It's like with people with diabetes, like.
Right.
Eventually, they're going to learn how to do their insulin. They're going to learn how to level themselves out. They're going to have days where they go into diabetic shock, and it's going to suck.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with mental health. There's going to be days where you're not yourself. There's going to be days where you have breaks. There's going to be days where you lose your shit. There's going to be days where you act out of character. And that's, like, for you to try to repress that and, like, be beat up for that constantly, like, not to say that there's not a point of accountability that everyone needs to take, but for someone to be beat up, like if you look at what's happening in society, it's not a fucking mystery. It's not a mystery. It's just a bunch of sick people that are getting ostracized, and nobody's speaking up for them.
No, you're right,
because they're the ones that are doing the wrong. So it's like a fucked up cycle, and I'm not. It's just that's why I became an artist.
Right.
So I could talk about that all night.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's dope, man, and it does suck that, you know, when you start, you know, somebody gets into that and they, like you said, you know, you lose your friends, you lose your, you know, family members, people just seem not to care anymore, you know.
Or not take you serious.
Yeah, or just
like
think
you're
hey,
fucking
just
crazy.
get over it. Like, just suck it up, you know. Like, it's not that easy, you know.
Yeah, for instance, when I said I was going to be a rapper, like...
Right.
How many fucking people laughed at me?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I've been there.
But it's all about a change.
Yeah. You just keep pushing. Stay focused, you know. I did an interview with a guy not too long ago, and he said that if he could give anybody a piece of advice was put your head down and keep pushing.
Yep.
You know, because there's always going to be people in the way. There's always going to be people that, you know, want to stop you or, you know, talk shit or whatever, you know. Haters are everywhere, right? You know, so you just got to put your head down and keep on moving, you know, keep pushing for what you're trying to get, what you want to accomplish, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well said.
So, yeah, we'll run with that, man. So, this morning, man, I had a nice conversation with somebody. And, you know, we brought you up. And that man, his name is Sway Calloway.
Shout out, Sway.
Sway in the morning, man. It's always a pleasure every time I get to speak to them. And he definitely had a question for you.
Yeah.
So today's topic was purpose. You know, what is your purpose for the day, right? He's like, we're not trying to go too deep of what's your purpose in life and stuff like that, but for the day, you know. And what I told him was, hey, I'm at work right now. I need to get through work. Got an interview tonight. I need to get through the interview. It needs to be good. I said, you know, I told him we got 2 young coming through, you know. And he gave you the shout out, man. And he said he wants to know personally, what is your purpose as an artist?
Good luck, man. Talk to him about him. Find out what his purpose is. Tell him that's a question for me. As an artist, what is his purpose?
As an artist?
Yeah.
To be a voice for people like me. Honestly, I do it because I have to.
Right.
But if I could offer anything, it would be so people like me can empower themselves and just be able to take on day to day. Like,
right, yeah.
I go through day to day shit, and I'm still going through it, and I'm very honest about that in my music.
Right.
That's my purpose, is to keep people on Earth longer.
Yeah.
Trying to keep myself here myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'll be here for a while.
Hopefully.
We're not gonna joke about that. Anyway,
just saying. I turn 27 next year.
Oh man, we're getting old, man. You try to catch up with me, so you know. Yeah, so that's dope, man. A lot of, you know, I see, you know, listening to rappers. For instance, we'll just stick with rappers, right? A lot of them coming out. It's like, oh, they just want to party, have fun, you know, like doing, and that's cool. Like, I don't hate on that. If you'd have asked me about 2 years ago, I'd have shit on every new thing you brought out to me, everything. And I figured out I had to open my mind.
If you wanted to start a radio show.
Oh, yeah. Well, this was, you know, before I even, you know, decided to do this.
I'm just fucking.
No, yeah, but you're completely right. I was completely against everything. People get in my car and be like, yo, why you got this old ass playlist on here? You still playing that old ass Young Jeezy, or you playing that freaking whatever, you know, like
still playing the Drought 2.
Yeah, like, you know, you got Tupac, Better Days playing. Come on, man, it's a dope album, but we don't want to listen to that right now. You know, we're trying to turn up, and it really took a lot for me to move past that, you know, and be like, oh, I'm into it, and for what you said, you know, is being a voice and having somebody that can connect to what you're talking about, and then makes them feel better, or, you know, or feel like they can handle something.
Yeah.
Like, I think, you know, we're about the same age. That's the era that we grew up in with the music. You could connect to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it meant something. It wasn't just, let's go turn up, let's have fun, you know what I mean? There was definitely those songs, but it seems like right now, there's a lot of that, you know, and not a lot of meaningful stuff. There's a few, and it's coming. Seems like it's coming back in the market more and more.
Well, as these kids develop drug addiction and shit like that, which is, you know, I'm sorry, but people that got you, they ain't gonna help you out.
Right.
So
yes,
I mean, there's bound to be some sort of return.
Right.
But I don't say that to disrespect it, because I think what they're doing is just being young and rebelling against what's the popular consensus. And does it have some damaging impacts? Yeah, of course it does. Completely. But I mean, there's never been a generation of kids that hasn't done something rebellious that is going to piss you off in every way, shape, and form.
Right.
But you can't necessarily argue with the success of someone like a Lil Uzi or these people that are truly changing the landscape of how hip-hop is done musically.
Right.
You can't take that from them. Like I said, they are taking a lot from alternative rock, if damn near the whole goddamn formula, and they're just putting 808s to it. With it. But like, that was clever, because hip-hop was at a time where it was like, where did they go? And that's where we went. And I think right now it's beautiful that we have like, there's almost like two genres of hip-hop now.
Right.
And you could pick which one, or you can go back and forth.
Right,
when you go party, you can go listen to some party shit, some fucking Thug or whatever you want to listen to. Yeah. And if you want to like be in your feelings and shit and like get through some shit, you turn on a J. Cole album, or you turn on something that's like, that's nurturing. Right. And I don't know. I think everything is balance. Right. You know, this world is always going to need balance. There's always going to be a new evil that comes from a new good, and there's always going to be a new good that comes from a new evil. Right. It's just how everything works. Right. So you can't really knock it for being what it already is. Yeah. So yeah, it's a necessary evil, and it's pushing people like Eminem and all these OGs to be like, nah, like this is how it's done. This is the scripture. Like, y'all ain't gonna forget about that.
I gotta respect that, you know.
And that's good, because that might be a moment in hip hop history that needed to happen, to where okay, we can do this, but we can't ever negate how it was started and what it was for. Right. And I think that's the important thing.
For sure. Well, real quick, man, we're gonna take a quick break. Got to pay some bills around here.
I got you.
I'm sure you got some bills to pay too.
Yeah,
you know?
too many.
Always got bills to pay. But don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.